Evening, Algurun, or whatever the people of Landfall say when your weather is nothing but a light rain and dreary gray sky. Vespera Skydrift here, your weather witch turned talking puppet, bringing you the latest slice of beautiful madness from the cliffside machine we call Landfall.
And Thorn Nightshade, welcome to Algurun After Dark, where the gears turn, the magic dies, and the city smiles just a little too wide.
Tonight's sponsors, Dawnspire Fire Dew. 1 sip burns clean, 2 sips burns out the truth, and our newest limited run from Schmear Me Deadly. Everything. Bagels, chronite crunch. It's anything but magical.
Let's dive in. Last time our heroes sailed into the mechanical jaws of Landfall and were immediately greeted by a 50-foot grayscale face in a golden mask screaming "Obey" from every cliffside banner. Subtle. Real subtle. They wasted no time establishing a commanding presence here in Landfall. Our party's first stop is at the Rope and Hooks, the kind of outfitter that sells rope strong enough to hang a giant and hooks sharp enough to gut a kraken. Among its other, not-so-public wares, of course.
Inside they meet Ole Braska, a dwarf with the kind of squint that says he's already priced your soul, and his goblin assistant Nim, twitchy, black-haired, crazy-eyed, and apparently sitting on some serious arcane juice. The party gets the vibe that Nim owes Braska a life debt, given the powerful arcane energy he is putting off.
Braska likes the party's vibe and offers them the good stuff. With a snap of his finger and 6 gold pieces paid each, the party receives full disguise. Self-spells for 3 hours, not the cheap hat and fake beard nonsense. We're talking walk past your own wanted, poster and nobody blinks quality. Bargain. Nim casts, and suddenly Borin's bear claw looks like a full-grown elephant. Caysh is, well, still pretty, but different pretty. Sunniva, wisely, takes the form of a male guard in Landfall to do reconnaissance. The whole crew is walking around like ghosts nobody's looking for.
Braska really takes a liking to Uhnjer and drops some gold-tier gossip. Want real weapons? Go to the obedient anvil. Ask for Kerrigan. Do not talk to Velex, the anvil's enforcer. He'll make a mess of things. And if the chronite dust starts making your lungs cry, find Dr. Vetch at the Bent Crown Apothecary. The gnome's basically the city's unofficial allergist at this point, with the chronite sickness going around.
There's a little heartbeat skip moment when Braska asks Borin which company he rides with. Borin throws out Red Claw on the spot, close enough to the infamous Red Mall that Braska buys it. Maybe. Nim even enchants Claw into elephant form, but later Borin spots a tiny white drake symbol hidden under the illusion. Braska might know more than he's letting on.
Party splits to map the city. Abraham and Uhnjer. Pants head one way to find shelter for the night. Caysh Sunniva Borin head another way. And that's when Landfall starts getting weird.
The crime rate? Effectively 0. No homeless, no pickpockets, no drunks sleeping in gutters. Guards carry nightsticks and wear matching grey-blue armour with feathered cowls, but they're mostly decorative. All of them have chronite necklaces hanging around their throats. Sunniva, who is in a guard disguise, feels the commanding presence. People tip their hats, give her space, treat her like she's important. She hates how good it feels. It's too clean, too quiet, too obedient.
The closer they get to the chronite forge, the worse the disguises get. They flicker like dying candles. Arcana just sours on them. They back off away from the forge quickly. Meanwhile, Abraham and Uhnjerpanz stumble into the Gilded Mask, the plushest inn this side of Dawnspire.
The innkeeper is named Maven Crowholt. She is meek, polite, probably never raised her voice in her life. But the real star is Elphys Vane, full-blooded wood elf with glowing green hair and the charisma of a cult leader who's already won. Uhnjer and Abe are provided hookahs pumping the finest hash. Low lights, heavy bass, beautiful attendance, I mean, you could do whatever you want to with them. A magical platter that just makes whatever food you want. Abraham, who was previously waving away Uhnjer's smoke rings, immediately orders unlimited bagels. Elphys is all smiles, snapping fingers, offering secrets, luxury, everything for 11 gold a night. Uhnjerpanz pays without blinking. He says it is the best respite that he has ever felt in his whole life. Then Elphys gets very friendly, crawling, licking ears. Abraham politely informs him that's not kosher and pushes him off like a gentleman wiping away the saliva, though he continues to crawl on his hands and knees.
Also spotted by Elfin in the Gilded Mask. Security. Captain Broncalder, a coin-loyal guard, and General Kynatheris, big name in the guard chain.
The crew eventually reconvenes and heads to the Bent Crown Apothecary. Behind the counter, Sister Eloin, young human cleric who's clearly checked out of the faith business, pendant tarnished, sash gone. Eyes tired, she sells mint, sage, distilled water, vials, and quietly mentions that crushed chronite plus mint might be useful for them to gather to make health potions.
Dr. Vetch himself is there too. Gnome doctor, soft-spoken, exhausted, gives them the rundown of Landfall. Chronite is littered everywhere, from the gutters to the flakes on the cobblestones. The forge is a masterpiece of calibration with perfect machinery. Magic dissipates the closer you get to it. There is an item in there called the chronite stabilizer, but it's just rumors. She confirms that Kerrigan at the Obedient Anvil is a solid person, and that it was a good tip to stay away from Velix. Lastly, she states that if they want access to the collective tower, that Captain Broncalder is coin loyal, but not to trust him with anything you can't afford to lose.
So here we are, with a city that's too peaceful, guards who are too respected, a forge that eats magic, a tower that screams obey, and four really, very wanted adventurers wearing borrowed faces, trying to figure out how deep the machine goes before it notices them.
Next time, do they hit the Obedient Anvil? Or does the chronite dust start whispering in their lungs?
The prophecy keeps ticking. Inkblot's new giant elk pet and revenge is still simmering, and somewhere, under Ironlode, the Ore Eater is still dreaming.
Sleeplight, Algurun. The city's smiling, but it's watching.
This is Algurun After Dark. Fly low, strike first. Good night.